thirsty for natural oils and moisture. With soothing triple oat complex, oat flour hydrates. Oat oil boosts ceramide levels and locks in moisture. Oat extract soothes itchy skin. Aveeno Skin Relief Moisturizing Lotion.
Can you imagine that we're only in the first hour and already so much has happened? It's so nice. But what I love most, right, is what Graham said at the beginning of the show, which is Ewan is our Kindle for the morning. And you got to decide, my beautiful Expresso family, what exactly is he going to be wearing? Option 1 or option 2 when we talk about him being styled by Woolies, but I say dressed by you as well. So let's jump right into that poll that we took on social media. Hashtag styled by Woolies, hashtag Expresso show. Croatia Peterson coming through saying, good morning, Expresso fam. I think option 1 is quite formal, whereas stylish, but option 2 gives chill vibes. Honestly, both would look so good on Ewan, but I think option 1. Natasha Tiffin says, good morning, Expresso team. Definitely option 1 will do. Marilyn Duplessis coming through saying, good morning, Expresso team. Number 1, Ewan, you will look so good. And then it is Claudia Vicio coming through with option 1, denim for the win. It is clear there is only one winner. It is number 1. Ewan, reveal to us what you look like, please, you stunning human.
Here we have it, Zanele. Look at this. I think South Africa, you made the perfect choice. I love it. I love the blaze. I love the denims.
Yes.
I love the linen shirt, everything, a little bit of detail on it. Brown, but full on, I think you guys made the best choice. Thank you very, very much. I mean, I feel like I can go out and conquer anything today, let's be honest, because when you dress so smart and you feel good in what you... Thank you. Exactly. I mean, is this something that that you would want your man to wear? Hey?
Of course, Ewan, and you make it look so good. Like, you look so suave, darling. You look so smart. I love it, and I genuinely feel like that stylish element is coming through so nicely. And like I said, I feel like you just make it look so good, Ewan. Do you feel good right now?
I do feel good. I'm going to suave right through the rest of this Tuesday, that is for sure. Thank you very much. But thank you very much to you guys at home as well for jumping on those socials, for really sorting it out. It's always a little bit of fun to get us dressed in the morning, because it really is in your hands. So what you can do, of course, shop in-store, online, on the app for all the linens. Remember, it's a transition to spring. Spring is just around the corner. Maybe a bit of a freshen up in your cupboards as well. And hey, a couple of great options that we're showing you this morning.
All right, so now that we've got the snacks sorted for the rest of the morning, we can focus on the work. And someone who has always focused on the work, I would imagine, a young professional who has cracked the 40 under 40 nomination list, and it is big. I'm talking about Lindy Way. I don't even want to start her CV because we'd be here for the next 2 hours. We'll introduce you to this phenom in just a moment, and then you will understand why Zanella and I were so excited to introduce Lwah, who's here to perform just for moi. Well, a little bit for me, but mainly for you guys. She is phenomenal. Look at the fire. It's coming for you on the other side of this. We'll see you now.
Enter the Maggie Cook the Difference competition, and your Maggie recipe stands a chance of being featured in the Maggie Cookbook, winning you one of 10 sets of CETA accredited courses, each worth 10,000 Rand. Plus a chance at the grand prize and a brand partnership with Maggie worth over 275,000 Rand. Competition runs 7th of August to the 15th of September. Entry details and T's and C's at expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I know it's still the Feel Good Breakfast Show, but it's still August, right? 100%, my love. This is why I've got on this couch right here an absolute powerhouse. She is a queen of the music industry, somebody who has shown herself to be an absolute force. And this is why she is nominated for South Africa's 40 Under 40 this year. And my friend, I am so excited for her because she shows what it means to be an absolute woman of power when we talk about the music industry. And today I get to hear exactly what it is that she's been up to. But more than anything else, we get to hear about how she is a founding partner of what we call a Pan-African group. And friend, today it is also about the Orchid, a global distribution company that she is a senior label and marketing manager of. Everybody, please can we welcome to the couch, it is none other than Lindy Way. How are you, Lindy Way?
I'm blessed, thank you. How are you?
Amazing, thank you. Of course you're blessed because you're nominated, darling.
I am.
Congratulations, my love.
Thank you so much.
Tell me, how are you feeling about that?
I'm quite excited. So I was nominated even last year. This is the second nomination in its second edition, and I'm truly grateful for the opportunity.
Oh, man. Yeah. And I know you're going to bring home the win because you are just so
God
good
willing.
at what you do. Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
But speak to us about your passion for music. Where did that start?
So my passion for music, sheesh, when I think about it, actually, it probably started way back in primary school. Because, you know, when you're still trying to find yourself as a young person, there are certain activities that you get to engage in or certain things that you get to be a part of.
Yeah.
So I was part of the school choir.
Yeah.
I played an instrument. I was part of the marimba group in primary school. In high school as well, I was a very active person in the arts, in different art forms. I was a dancer, part of a dance crew.
Yes.
I was a writer in entertainment. So music and entertainment really has always been my passion and my calling.
I love that. Tell me, were you cramping, Lindy? Be honest.
I was.
You were, I knew it. It's fine.
I was.
It's okay, you know.
I've grown out of that now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
40 under 40 is where we are now,
Yeah.
thank you.
Labels.
Levels indeed. But my love, you are actually showing what levels truly are because you're only 32 years old and you are an entire label or rather senior label and marketing manager at an entire global distribution group. Speak to me about that. What does that entail?
So the Orchard is a global music distribution company, which is a subsidiary of Sony Music Entertainment.
Yeah.
So what I essentially do as a senior label and marketing manager is that I take care of the day-to-day communication between our clients as well as the different DSPs.
Yes.
So when managing the different departments, what I essentially do is that I manage the pitching of the different releases that come through. I ensure that I guide the artists on our systems and how our systems work to ensure that they're able to deliver their releases in a timely manner. And when pitching to the different DSPs, so DSPs are called in full, it's digital service partners.
Yeah.
So what I do is that with the communication line, I get to pitch the releases of the different artists that we represent. And in us pitching them, we do that to try and secure editorial support for them. So if you log into like an Apple Music or a Spotify or a Deezer, you'll find like a banner promoting an artist or an artist featured on a certain playlist. So those artists don't miraculously just get onto those playlists or get into those banners. There are different people who do what I do at the different record labels or distribution partners that get to do what I do, pitching those artists to try and secure, like I've already said, that editorial support for them.
You're a powerful girl, eh? Very powerful. Because you're also a founding partner of the Jalen Media Group.
Yep.
Speak to us about that as well. What does that entail?
So Jalen Media Group is a company that started, I would say, by activity 3 to 4 years ago, but formally like registration and everything 2 years ago. It's a company that I started with my partner, who's a musician, Nzako Mhlanga. He's quite well-versed in sound. He's an audio engineer, so he has skills in mixing and mastering. He also studied public relations. I studied audiovisual communication at the University of Johannesburg. And I have a couple of skills here and there, be it in PR, in digital marketing, in A&R, because I also have experience as an A&R specialist.
Amazing.
So we just thought, why not just form something great out of the different experiences and skill sets that we have.
Love it. Babe, can I ask you very quickly, because we don't have a lot of time, how can we vote for you to bring this home?
You can visit the 40 Under 40 website. So it's 40under40awards.co.za. There are different categories that are representing the different business sectors.
Yes.
Under the music and entertainment category. So yeah, I'm probably like the first person that pops out there.
Because you're going to win. Because you're going to win. Exactly. Thank you very
Fingers
much.
crossed.
It is also actually a very special day today. If you don't know, Expresso family, we are celebrating Lindy Way's birthday. So everybody, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lindy Way. Happy birthday to you. Flowers for you, Mama. Take them. Yay! It's a party!
It is.
Oh, Lindy Way is feeling emotional. It's okay, Lindy Way, but happy birthday.
Thank you.
My friend, it is time for us to check out what's happening with the news headlines.
Lindy Way, and from all of us down here at the Cape Town studio, a very, very happy birthday and a blessed rest of the year for you. Thank you very much for joining us nice and early on this Tuesday. Thanks, Anele. Right now, let's take another look at your news headlines. 3 minutes past 7 o'clock. We'll start off with your national news. The Department of Science, Technology and Innovation envisions a future where Africa manufactures its own vaccines. Acting Director General Dan de Tooy expressed confidence that Africa can produce the majority of its essential vaccines. Speaking at the BioAfrica Convention in Durban, he noted that this push for local pharmaceutical production comes amid scarce science funding. Now, Minister Blade Nzimande emphasized the need for local vaccine manufacturing, highlighting the inequity faced during the COVID-19 pandemic when vaccine access was monopolized by certain countries, leaving developing nations disadvantaged. And Eskom has promised to maintain power this summer, briefing the media in Johannesburg about its positive energy outlook. Load shedding remains suspended, with Eskom providing continuous power for 152 days. Performance has exceeded expectations, with supply outpacing demand since April. However, illegal connections pose a significant challenge, causing network overloading in some areas. Despite this, Eskom's summer outlook is optimistic, focusing on reducing unplanned capacity losses. But concerns remain over a recent steep electricity price increase with a proposed 40% tariff hike. And in your international news this morning, French President Emmanuel Macron has denied claims that the arrest of Telegram founder Russian-born Pavel Durov in France was politically motivated. Critics, including Elon Musk, protested the arrest, calling it a threat to free speech. Macron responded that freedom of speech doesn't include breaking laws. The Paris prosecutor stated that Durov is in custody as part of a cyber criminal investigation involving 12 offences linked to organised crime, including illicit transactions, child pornography, fraud and refusal to disclose information to authorities. And search and rescue operations are ongoing after a dam in Sudan collapsed due to heavy rain. At least 60 deaths have been confirmed, with fears that the toll could rise further. The flooding has impacted numerous farms and residential areas. The Arbat Dam also supplies drinking water to Port Sudan. Now, this disaster worsens the ongoing crisis from a 16-month civil war, which has caused numerous deaths and displaced tens of thousands. With famine already declared in several states, the flooding is likely to exacerbate food shortages in the region. And we'll end off with this story closer to home. The Chinese naval hospital ship Peace Ark docked at Cape Town's V&A waterfront. It is offering free health services to local communities in collaboration with the South African Military Health Services. Now, this humanitarian mission, which began last Wednesday, aims to strengthen military and diplomatic ties while providing much-needed medical care to Cape Town's residents, including the homeless. Colonel Philip Makopo of the SA Military Health Service says that this initiative also assists the Department of Health in addressing backlogs in the Western Cape with its 600 to 700 outpatient treating capacity. The mission will continue until Thursday, offering vital healthcare services without the need for appointments, offering medical care to everyone, including the most vulnerable. That is where we leave your news headlines for the 7 o'clock bulletin. We'll have another one for you at 8. Right now, here's another look at your sports with Graham.
Thank you so much, Ewan. After that beautiful, positive story, quite a negative thread throughout our sport this morning. And unfortunately, we start with the Springboks, who are facing a lock crisis. Nothing short of that ahead of Saturday's test against the All Blacks at Ellis Park. So assistant coach Deon Davids has now confirmed that neither Salman Murat or Ergia Snyman are going to be available, while Eben Etzebeth is also doubtful. And with Lut Diaka and Franco Mostert and Jean Klein already sidelines the box, now left with just two rookie locks. They could definitely do the job. That was despite calling up Nicholas Janse van Rensburg as well. Going to have to watch that space closely. Now we round off someone's Grand Slam journey, in fact, with our next story. Dominic Thiem's Grand Slam story concluded at the US Open, where he once claimed his only major title in 2020, despite showing unbelievable promise. The former world number 3, hampered by injuries throughout, fell to American 13th seed Ben Shelton in straight sets, marking his 8th first-round exit in his last 10 Grand Slams. Now Thiem, who had announced his plans to retire in Vienna this October due to a persistent wrist injury, once really did look poised to rival some of the tennis greats like Federer, Djokovic and Nadal. So we certainly wish him well on the next phase of his journey. Now let's turn to football, and another big knock as Lionel Messi will now miss Argentina's upcoming 2026 World Cup qualifiers against Chile and Colombia, and that's due to an ankle injury. So Messi, who hasn't played for his club Inter Miami since Argentina's Copa America win, has been sidelined, and Paulo Dybala gets recalled to the Argentinian squad. Argentina, currently leading South American qualifying, will face Chile on the 6th of September, and then a very strong Colombia on the 10th of the same month. The top 6 teams from the 10-nation group will secure automatic spots to the 2026 FIFA World Cup, so a vitally important stage. Now, a story of heartbreak. A Swedish football manager, Sven-Göran Eriksson, who famously led England from 2001 to 2006, passed away at the age of 76 after battling pancreatic cancer. Known as Svennis in Sweden, Eriksson managed numerous top teams, guiding England to World Cup quarter-finals in 2002 and 2006. And his career began with the Swedish club Dogofors IF, later finding success with IFK Göteborg, Benfica and Italian sides like Roma and Lazio. He leaves a massive hole in that managerial throne, and we certainly send our condolences to the footballing fraternity. And that is where we leave our sport for this hour. We'll touch on those headlines hopefully in an hour or so. Roads should be up and running. Let's get the latest on the traffic front.
The roads are up and running indeed, and this is what is happening and what you need to know before you leave the house. In KZN Durban, there's been an accident on the N2 southbound after a ramp from N3 EB Kluti, and the left lane is affected. No delays are expected. However, please approach the affected area with caution. Taking a look in Cape Town Bellville, there's been an accident on the N1 outbound after Durban Road, and the left lane is closed. Delays are expected over there. In Milnerton, still keeping it in Cape Town, heavy delays are being experienced at Marine Drive due to offline traffic lights. Wet and windy conditions are resulting in various parts of the city experiencing slow-moving traffic. So wherever you're heading, please make sure you are driving safely, okay? We always say we want you in one piece. But what exactly is happening? We know in Cape TZ things are a little bit cold. Where else and what's going down? Let's check it out. In terms of weather, this is what you need to know this morning. It is an orange level 6 warning that has been issued for damaging winds and fires, an intense cold front to impact Western and Northern Cape. And the South African Weather Service has said that there's damaging coastal winds as well as waves that are expected from Lambert's Bay to Port Alfred, while damaging interior winds with a risk of runaway fires are forecast for parts of the Garden Route, Overberg, as well as the Cape Winelands and Central Karoo in the Western Cape. Disruptive rainfall is expected as well in the Cape Winelands and Cape Town and parts of the West Coast. This, as an intense cold front, will impact the Western and Northern Cape today and tomorrow. Additionally, a yellow level 2 warning for damaging winds has been issued for parts of the Eastern Cape, Southern Northern Cape, as well as the Western Free State, and extremely high fire danger conditions are expected across most of the country. Now, we always ask you to please come through with that sunrise view, and this morning it does look like things are a little bit cloudy out and about in the world, but Stephen from Pennington found the absolutely picturesque view that allows us to see it in its beauty, even if it is cloudy. And we absolutely love it. Stephen, thank you so much, my lovely. We want to see more of it. Be like Stephen and send it through right now, 063-408-8863. What does your sunrise view look like, huh? Let us know on WhatsApp. Right about now, though, let's check out your temperatures.
Oh my goodness. Are we smelling a little bit of spring? Hey?
I don't know. Well,
Those
then
temperatures
again, you
just a
look at
smattering.
Sutherland and you're like, yeah,
But
we
it's
are still
Sutherland.
there.
Don't worry, we got you covered. We'll keep you warm, and hopefully you could keep everyone else warm. Why? Because there was a lot of money on offer today. The National Lottery has been creating some major winners with over 29 million in total payouts since Atuba became the official operator of the National Lottery back in
It's a
2015.
lot of money, man.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of money. So what are you waiting for? Play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 79 million rand in total estimated jackpots today, this Tuesday, and you could become the next big winner.
So how do you do it? You've got to buy your tickets in store on the nationallottery.co.za online. You can go to their mobile app. You can go through your own cell phone banking app, or you can simply dial *120 *7529# for the USSD. And I have to correct myself. It was 29 billion that has been handed out collectively over that time.
It's a lot
I don't think my brain can even wrap its little shape around that. That is insane.
That's a lot of money. Now, of course, we've done you the honor as well to post all those details on our Expresso social media pages to make it a little bit easier for you. So go check them out. Ponder, Pusher, Play, Powerball and Powerball Plus for 79 million rand in total estimated jackpots today for your chance at multi-millions. Yes, how's that for ending of the year? Just imagine.
I'm imagining hard right now.
No,
I'm
for sure.
doing
I
a lot of
I
imagining.
literally just bought the tickets right now. I'm just saying when I saw this. So there we go. Go out and do it. And if you do so, please do so responsibly as well. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to introduce you to our musical talent of the morning. Lwah Ndlunkulu's here. And listen, we're looking forward to those powerhouse vocals that's going to be gracing your screens in just a little bit.
Love the
Stick around.
fire behind the
Yeah, man.
eyes. I love that. Then, of course, we're all about discovering new talent on the show. You might not have heard of her before, but she is big. She is massive. One of the biggest pop stars, in fact, that we've ever introduced on the show. You will meet Rissa on the
Word.
other side of this. It's big, guys. It's massive.
We connect more countries than any other airline. Turkish Airlines.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's the second hour of your Feel Good Breakfast show, but we still have so much to do. But one of my favorite things is here. It is us celebrating yet another beautiful woman. And you know just how much here on Expresso we love to uplift young talent. But this young talent is in fact just leading the music industry, right? At the age of 24, she just picked up 2 awards, my friend, from the Basadi in Music Awards. And this was, of course, for most streamed song, as well as one of the beautiful titles of Artist of the Year. And then at the 2024 Metro FM Music Awards, she said, no, I must pick up Artist of the Year as well, because she's done so incredibly well, and we love to see it. She's one of my favorite songstresses ever. And I genuinely believe that she's going to continue to do the absolute most because it's only the beginning. Everybody, please, let's welcome the First Lady of Inkabi Records. It is Lwah Ndlunkulu. How are you, my baby?
I'm good, Wenujani.
I'm amazing. Thank you, Sanwasami. My love, it's been so beautiful to see your story and everything that you've just done and accomplished in such a short amount of time. Yeah. But talk to me about how difficult it was to pursue a musical, career coming from KZN, and what made you decide to just push through?
Okokuqala ngakusho ukuthi kunzima ukukhulela emakhaya because they don't believe in a dream osukunayo unless you move away from your city and go to a different city. La bazokwazi ukuthi bekuthathe serious khona because they do not know you. So indlela engakwazi ukuthi ngiphumelele ngayo is moving away from emakhaya and coming to Joburg.
Sure, that's actually so incredible because I feel like you say, sometimes abantu abakwazi ukubuka lento that they don't see. And thank you for being an example to so many young people. But one of the people that you work with very closely is Big Zulu, and I say the First Lady of Inkabi Records. How did that story begin? Where did you guys even meet?
It's a long story, but engakusho ukuthi ngaphume ekhaya ngathi ngiyothenga isinkwa and I quickly came to Joburg.
No way!
I'm telling you, and I quickly came to Joburg.
Yes.
I crashed in his studio because there's this producer, LA Beats and Elsa, that used to host our studio sessions, and they'd camp there the whole week. So I saw an opportunity to stay there and do music, and then 5 months down the line, Big Zulu was like, "Oh, you make nice music. Where do you stay?" I'm like, "I stay in your studio." Where are you from? Like, I'm from KZN, and he really liked my music. He took me serious, and here we are today.
Oh, baby, I'm so glad you pushed through because imagine South Africa didn't have Lwah. Can you imagine?
Imagine if I did not move away from Makhaya and came to Joburg.
Imagine you didn't say you were going to buy bread and then run away to.
Do you understand?
Do you know what I mean?
But I don't advise because it might not go the same. But if you have a dream, and anybody out there is that if you have a dream, believe in yourself, be humble, and it will come through.
Come on. And you've shown exactly that because from being someone who ran away from home, because that's what you did, right?
Yes, and I take full accountability of that.
Thank you. And then you stayed in a studio for 5 months, and then now to be named Artist of the Year twice in 2024. What does that mean to you?
It shows that God is by my side. My ancestors are protecting me, and that when I pray, God listens.
Yes, and my honey, those prayers, they are strong. Because, girl, you are somebody who's just going from one achievement to another, and it's so beautiful to witness. And I also know that, you are somebody who released a deluxe album on a Women's Day. What do we need to know about that deluxe album?
Let deluxe lay. I can promise you, if you listen to it. It's full of love. It's full of, a lot of things. But I can't speak for myself. I'll need people to go listen to it.
Yes.
And I don't want to lie. I made it mostly for women and family, so that
I love that. And of course, for us to experience the magic that is Lwah, we must go and listen to it ourselves. Exactly.
It's out on all digital platforms. Imizwa Deluxe.
And what is your favorite song from it?
My favorite song from the Deluxe is all the songs.
I'm obsessed.
I'm obsessed
Every single
with
one.
all the songs in the Deluxe.
Beautiful. And are you going to be performing all of the songs at your picnic, babe?
Yes, I will be performing all my songs at the picnic. So, ngomhlaka 29 September, I'll be hosting a day picnic with Lwah Ndlunkulu because I feel like kuma shows engisuke invited kuwona, I don't get to spend enough time with my fans. And also the kids really love me because my shows, parents are like, "Hey, ngicela ukushuta isithombe nawe. I want to show my kid." Ngivele ngibona ukuthi shuthi ngimncane ngaleyo ndlela ukuthi umaye sengazethi ngishutela ingane yami hayi ukuthi ngishutela mina. So I want to spend time with the kids, the parents. I want to spend time with you know, family. So, because I know that they are the ones that really support my music the most.
Beautiful.
So, ngomhlaka 29 September, at Reed Flair Zoo Farm in Alberton. Please, guys, get your tickets now at CompuTicket.
Nice. Oh, Lwah, I know I will be there.
Please,
I will
please,
see you
please,
there. I
please.
love you and your voice and your magic and your running away tendencies. I love you. Her name is Lwah Ndlunkulu, and friend, she's not going anywhere, honey. She's going to be giving you a taste of what you're going to be getting at her picnic, which is happening on the 29th, and it is going to be indeed something to enjoy. But more than anything else, it's going to be an experience. Like she said, she doesn't always get the time, so she's going to get the time with you. But get your ticket at CompuTicket so it can happen. For now, you have a ticket to a front row seat right here at Expresso. Do not go anywhere, though. You're still right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Thank you so much, Zanele. Stick around for that performance a little bit later on. Right now, though, did you know that August and September are the 2 months with the highest number of birthdays? Interesting, right? I mean, I know a lot of people that celebrated birthdays over the past 2 months. But the Crazy Store just celebrated their 27th birthday, and we decided to play pretend with a range of the incredible toys that make the perfect gifts for loved ones. Let's quickly take a look at Carissa and Graham's imaginary world of fun.
Oh, Sparkle. Oh, I know. I'm also really sad. What are we going to do? My voice isn't great, and I've got a concert tonight. I really don't want to disappoint my fans. I hope the doc can help us, right? Okay.
Rissa, take a seat. How's my favorite pop star? You don't look happy at all. What's
Not
the
at
problem?
all, Doc. You can hear my voice isn't doing too well, and I have a concert tonight. It'll be such a disaster if I let my fans down.
Let's get you back out there. I know this is a big one for you. You've come to the right place. You know, I am doctor to the stars. So let's just check that heartbeat. Yep, the heart is still there. It's still pumping, a little bit elevated. That makes me a little bit nervous. Let's just do our little checkups here. Very good. Yep, you've got a gigantic brain. That's going to help you a lot. And then finally, this is the all-important test. Let's get those reflexes. Oh, do that again. You know what that tells me? Definitely a throat infection. And we've got you sorted. It's okay. I'm just going to give you a little scripture in my neatest handwriting. There we go, and make sure you follow that to the T, and then just one of those. Just get that to your pharmacist, and you'll be just okay. And then to help ease the pain just a little bit, here's a throat spray. One spray now, and then 30 minutes later, and before you go on to stage, your voice will be golden.
Well, thank you, Doc. I definitely think we're going to have a great time. In fact, let me call my manager right now to tell her the good news.
Go break a leg.
Tando, I've got some great news. The doc has cleared me. I'm on for the concert. I'm going to head to the pharmacy and then practice for tonight's concert. Oh, Sparkles.
Sparkles is fine. It's great.
Oh, I hope that's not for me. Oh, Sparky, I'm so glad my voice is back to normal now, so I can sing for my people. It brings me so much joy to just be able to perform for everyone. Oh, look at the time. I need to start getting done for my concert tonight. Thank you all for coming out tonight. How are you feeling? Oh, I'm gonna need a bit more than that. I said, how are you feeling tonight? My body say, let's go. Come on if you wanna be with me. Baby, there's a price to pay. I'm a genie in a bottle.
Doctor to the stars, my friend.
You know what? Look, you... I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. That was great. That was great.
That was the most fun I think either one of us has had, man.
I just love it how you guys literally unlocked your imagination. And I mean, this is great. Carissa, you're such a champ. Well done.
I mean, she gets whatever award. She gets the Golden Monkey Award for the rest of the year.
No,
that's
fully.
I would say if she hadn't paid her dues already, you'd call that paying your dues. But she has earned a badge of honour with that one. Absolutely love it. And believe it or not, it wasn't really that difficult for us to get into the childlike
I could
mode.
see.
Eh?
I could see. I could tell. It was very clear. Zanele, what did you think of that?
Oh, guys, listen, I heard that there's an Oscar knocking at your door and there's so much chat around, you know, just all of this award season coming. You guys are there, the Emmys around the corner. So first and foremost, I also want to say is that, Graham, you know, if this presenting thing doesn't work out for you, medicine, friend, it could be your calling, hey? I think maybe, perhaps. But I absolutely loved it. And I'm here for Risa. I'm her biggest fan. Thank you.
Risa.
Risa. And listen, I think she
Risa.
loved that more than anybody else. And I think the bottom line here is you can do that for yourself. Your kids can have a whole world opened up to them. There are so many toys to bring literally any world to life. And what will happen with the crazy store imagination? Well, your kids can plug in and find out.
Plug in. Pop in at any of the crazy stores, 490 stores nationwide, for terrific toys and to let your imagination run wild. My friend, yeah, so...
How are you feeling, man?
Yeah, I've got a bit of a wrist issue. Is there something that you could...
I'll test your knee reflexes. We'll sort it out.
Oh, no ways. Yeah, but you're going to the wrong doctor. You might be the doctor of the TV. You need to go to the right doctor. Thank you very much. But Expresso family, you got to make sure that you stick around, my lovely. We got so much still coming at you. First and foremost, we need to learn about those milk hacks that we never knew about, huh? Then we also need to find out about how we can stay healthy with vaccines. It's all happening right here on S3. Do not go anywhere.
Whoever you are, whatever you need, you'll find great value for the whole family at the Crazy Store. So duck into a store near you and be surprised.
Be a handy hero this spring and stand the chance of winning 10,000 Rand cash from Plascon. To enter, tell us what Plascon product you purchased this spring and include hashtag PlasconSA. Enter by replying to Expresso's competition post on Facebook, X or Instagram, or WhatsApp your entry to 084 368 1603. Remember to keep your proof of purchase. Competition closes 27th of September at midday. T's and C's apply and can be found on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Expresso is the only way that you deserve to start off your day, and I say this because we started off on a high. Now, of course, we always have a whole lot of fun, but we also get into very important conversations to make sure that you have the information you need, right? And I did mention to you that we would be chatting about vaccines and how they can help us stay healthy. So we are getting to the nitty-gritty of it and finding out all of the information we need. And my friend, this morning, it is all about how vaccines are vital in safeguarding our health. They are the first line of defense when it comes to protecting us, ourselves, and then also protecting communities. And this is why this morning, with Pharmacy Month just around the corner, we indeed have proudly sponsored by Adcock Ingram, OTC sponsors of Brave, a raising of awareness in terms of us and finding out the crucial role that vaccines play in making sure that we are indeed healthy, but keeping South Africa strong as well. So please, may we welcome to the couch this morning here to let us know all about that. It is none other than Elizabeth Maseti. She's here to help us dive into this beautiful topic. She is the Deputy Director of the Expanded Program on Immunization in the National Department of Health. Let's give her a feel-good welcome, everybody. Elizabeth, how are you?
Thank you. I'm okay, and how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So, Elizabeth, I want to ask the question that is on everybody's minds when they hear vaccine.
Okay.
Are they truly safe?
Vaccines are very safe. They are very safe even from the production side.
Yeah.
Because when they produce the vaccine, before they can even market them, they start by doing a lot of testing, vigorous testing, and after that they will do clinical trials. And following when the finalization of, when it's finalized, the product is finalized, before in South Africa, before it can be used to the population, we've got our National Health Regulatory, which is called SAPRA. SAPRA will even check themselves whether the vaccine is safe enough before they can even start to say that it can be registered in the country to be used to the population.
Amazing.
So they are very safe, yes.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear that they are safe, my Elizabeth, because sometimes people can be very skeptical about it, but it coming from you, I hope that it gives them, you know, just that comfort that they need. But then, of course, we also know that the people who are in charge of those vaccines, you know, the likes of pharmacists and all, they always need to make sure that they are storing them correctly. So why is it so important for them to store those vaccines in fridges?
Because of the vaccines, they need to be stored under the we call it cold chain management. There is a certain temperature which they must be kept under.
Yes.
Because the minute the temperature is above or below, then it will destroy the potency of the vaccine.
Sure.
So the minute you get that kind of vaccine which was not stored under the correct temperatures, it's like sometimes you are just getting water.
Yeah.
You'll think that you are being vaccinated, only that you are not vaccinated. So that is why it's very, very much critical for all health professionals, not only pharmacists, all health professionals, to make sure that the vaccines are kept under the correct temperatures.
Amazing.
Yes.
And I know that sometimes people can experience side effects. Can you speak to us about those? What side effects can you possibly, you know, expect when you go and get vaccinated?
You know, vaccines, just like any medical products, they have side effects. You can also have side effects from Panado. So vaccines are not immune from that. So there are some people who will get side effects. There are common side effects which are normally happening, like your mild fever. Fever is a temperature. You can get maybe a sore at the injection site. But those things, they will just vanish within a day. And with a mild fever is because your immune system, the body is reacting to the vaccine, so meaning that your immune system is working, is healthy. It is reacting that, but it will not last long. But with that, even if it's common side effects that you are expecting to see, if somebody who's being vaccinated, whether the parents has vaccinated, the child has received vaccination, or it's you as an adult who has received the vaccination. If you have, like you feel that you are not sure whether it's a common side effects or what, as long as you are worried about what you are undergoing following immunization, just go to the nearest clinic or to the doctor and to say your problems. And then there they will do the investigations to check whether it is the vaccine or was it going to happen anyway. But there are common side effects just like any other medical product.
And when we talk about life course vaccinations, what are they exactly? Because, you know, sometimes people think that vaccinations are just for children.
Yes, mainly we are targeting children. We were targeting children before. The reason being that the children are vulnerable groups because their immune system is not well developed, so they are prone to infections. But even adults are prone to infections. So when we talk about the life course vaccination, we are not only talking about like vaccinating an adult. No, we are looking even at the impact or the after effects of vaccinating an adult, because the minute you are vaccinating the whole population according to the age group, whether it's a 90-year-old, it's a 50-year-old, we are making sure that those viruses and bacteria are not, are not infecting other people. And then we on that in mind is that we call what we call the population immunity or herd immunity. Because if a certain number of proportion of a population has been vaccinated against that specific disease. Then even those who are, because there are people who are not supposed to be vaccinated, like people who are very immune compromised, or people who have maybe before they have a severe reactions towards one of the components in the vaccine, they are not going to be vaccinated. So for those people, when the other people, healthier people have been vaccinated, they are also being protected.
Amen.
So, yeah,
because of herd immunity.
Because of herd immunity.
I remember it from my biology. Thank you very much, Dr. Elizabeth. Thank you. But ma'am, thank you so much for coming through. And of course, I think we can walk away from this saying that vaccinations really do work.
Yes,
thank you to you.
They are very safe. I just want to say out there that they must know that vaccines are very safe.
Yes.
We have kept a lot of diseases. Children were dying in the olden days, dying from infectious diseases. So because of vaccine, in fact, they are so safe that they are second to the safe water. No one will talk water, the safe water. So vaccines come the second.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ma. We appreciate you. It is Elizabeth Masetti letting us know indeed that vaccinations are safe. And this is why, my friend, you need to make sure that as Pharmacy Month nears, we need to gear up and honor the essential role, you know, that pharmacists play in absolutely everything, particularly when it comes to vaccinations. And this is why I also say that you must not forget that Adcock Ingram OTC is the proud sponsors of Brave, and they're brightening up September by giving away one lucky viewer the chance to win a cash prize, rather, of 1,000 Rand daily. So be sure to tune into Expresso every day throughout September so that you can stand that chance to win, and also so you can find out how to enter.
Love that, and all the best of luck there. But right now, I want you to focus on the kitchen, and maybe if you have a little bit of leftover milk, we have got the answer. Ever wondered how you can make the most out of every drop of that delicious milk? Well, today we're going to share some very creative milk hacks, if you will, that will not only surprise you, but also help you to reduce any waste. And from flavor-packed milk ice cubes to even some gardening hacks, believe it or not, these tips will have you thinking twice before you toss out your leftover milk. Look, I generally finish the leftover milk myself and then get into trouble for that. But you know, we're going to have a whole lot of fun with a whole lot of really cool flavor combinations. And this is a jumping off point. So hopefully people will get creative and start thinking about what flavors balance together beautifully. Do you want to start us off with, I think, a usual suspect for me, vanilla and milk on its own?
It's like a winning combination when it comes to it. If you've got a little bit of leftover milk, you know, and creating these vanilla milk ice cubes, I mean, you can really enhance whatever it is that you're drinking with it. Is a coffee, for instance. We can put a bit of a vanilla twist to it, a tea maybe, I don't know, but there's a lot that you can do. And it's very easy. I mean, it's basically just combining your vanilla and your milk. So I've got some vanilla here. I've got our leftover milk.
So, albeit we are using a full thing of milk to make a whole lot of leftover milk, okay? But we're allowed to.
There we go.
And I love the fact that for me, milk was kind of the OG protein shake. When you choose Clover Fresh Milk, you are choosing a brand with a legacy of quality. We've put it to the test on the show in every way we could. Every carton is carefully crafted to meet the highest standards, ensuring that we get the best with every sip. And literally, I will take every last sip out. And thanks to their advanced packaging as well, our milk stays fresher for longer, so we can always rely on it to enhance our morning coffee, our cereal, our cooking recipes. I love it. So when we come to the milk hacks, I think the ice cubes are absolutely brilliant. And it doesn't have to just be for milk. If you've got leftover herbs, if you've got spices that you don't want to let go of, this is a great way of preserving that flavor profile. And that looks beautiful.
Dude, just like that. I mean, how easy is that? Just to create something, I think something different, but like you rightly said, it's just about that out-of-the-box thinking a little bit, and what can I do different, what is fun, what is...
And what's in my pantry?
And what's in my pantry? Exactly.
So I discovered through my pain management journey, turmeric as an anti-inflammatory, nothing beats. I think it might be stronger than most of the medications out there, to be honest. And I look at ways of introducing it into my diet as often as I can. I'm actually going to start with the milk here. A little bit of milk, and maybe turmeric doesn't have the best flavor profile, but it's not overly strong. So you can mix it sweet. You can kind of take it down a different route. So I've got my turmeric and then a bit of ginger, a match made in heaven. And you can start getting a bit more creative with your flavor profiles. You can imagine this in a fresh summer drink that's got like a hit to it to fill the senses as much as you're kind of serving the palate.
That's
I
exactly
absolutely
it.
love that. But in terms of being able to introduce the health benefit, this is a great way of sneaking it into your diet. You don't always have to cook with these spices.
No, but I mean, this is a great way. Turmeric especially, I mean, from the health benefits, absolutely amazing.
Okay, what are you working on there?
Dude, I've got a little bit of cardamom and some orange, I think, here. So just the zest, just to get a bit of a spicy, fruity kind of flavor to your milk. If you want to add that also to your smoothies, maybe to uplift it just a little bit. And then I've got some matcha powder as well, also packed full of health benefits and nutrients that you combine with your milk, and you pop that in the freezer. And it's a beautiful way just to add some flavor and richness and depth to whatever
it's like a dessert in a glass. I love that. I absolutely love that. Well, speaking of desserts in a glass, so my turmeric and ginger came out beautifully. This one I think you're going to like. It's quite a grown-up flavor profile. I've got me some super dark chocolates, which we're going to grate into the milk here. Hopefully not waste too much of that. And we're going to put in some nice kind of rock salt, or maybe some golden salt would work really beautifully. Sorry, I'm getting chocolate just about everywhere. But the salty and the sweet, when it comes to chocolates or toffee or a dark chocolate, absolutely exquisite. A little bit of salt in there. Dun, dun, dun.
And I'm going to give this a mix. Oh, this is lovely. I mean, you can see by the final products that we've made here for you, I mean, just how beautiful and decadent these guys are.
Magical.
Especially if you use those.
You can see how creative we're getting here as well. You don't need to hold back. So I'm getting a bit of a mix of flavors here. And then I've got another nice little flavor combination there. Cinnamon and the vanilla, absolutely beautiful as well.
That's it.
And you can have a whole lot of fun. And you can imagine with this, as I said, the jumping off point, when you want to make your summer smoothies, your fresh mocktails, things like that, this will take it to a whole nother level. You can start introducing your fresh fruits. You can introduce your herbs. It's kind of like a mixology. And all we've done is take care of a little bit of leftover milk.
Just like that.
Amazing. Well, with spring just around the corner, you can start the season on the right foot with these kitchen milk hacks that I think are going to serve us well in the hotter months. Don't forget to catch our segment this Friday, where we're going to show you how to upcycle milk cartons into planters for your garden. And my kids are getting interested in the green spaces again now that we can get outdoors. I love that. But ladies and gentlemen, absolutely wonderful milk hacks. I'm going to finish off my tray. Beautiful.
Oh my goodness. You know what I love the most when we talk about milk hacks, Expresso family, and my Cape Town family? I definitely think that whenever I have some sort of milk, I love to add a little bit of cinnamon. That always makes things just a little bit interesting for me. But I will say, you caught me with that orange and cardamom vibe that you can add to a smoothie just to kind of, bring out some things. I think that that's so lovely. And guys, thank you for just giving us some milk hacks. I'm someone who grew up loving milk. So I think that, just being able to spice things up and even have a few health benefits thrown in there, it's amazing to me.
Exactly. Look at that. You said it correctly. Spice things up, and that's exactly what we did with your leftover milk. And Graham is just finishing off his tray now.
So I'm making a big mess here, but you're allowed to when you're driving in the kitchen. But so many simple, great combinations. A match made in heaven. Love it, man.
Absolutely. So there we go, Sanele. We're sorting you out in the kitchen, but you've got the rest of the show. What is happening after the break?
Oh, listen, Graham, there's so much that's going to be happening. I know that we have got in the building one of my favorites. It is none other than Lwah. She's going to be doing the things that need to be done. But then we're also getting into some very important conversations, if you must know, okay? So you got to stick around. Your Feel Good Breakfast show is here for you to make sure that you indeed are smiling this morning. Don't go anywhere, because you're making us smile, okay? Stick around.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's still on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And remember, I said like 2 minutes ago that we're going to have some really great conversations. Yeah. This is why we have executive of Absa Awards, none other than Alicia Reynard. And friend, she's here to tell us about her story because as Absa is always telling us, your story matters. And they also believe that every story of all the women that are within their incredible corporation, that their stories indeed deserve to be told. Which is why this morning we're getting to hear about how Absa is making a valiant effort of placing women in key roles in their whole entire structure. And I think it's so important because you mustn't just talk the talk. You got to walk the walk and do the do, which is Absa is doing exactly. And that is why, everyone, let's welcome Alicia.
Thank you, Sanele. It is so awesome to be with you again.
Oh, Alicia, it's so lovely to have you back with us. And especially because we are celebrating women yet again.
Amazing.
But the nice thing is that it's not just about celebrating them, it's about supporting them as well as making those key decisions to put them in key roles.
100%.
Which is where you are right now. And this is why I want to ask you, because I've heard a little bit about your story, but not too much. Why is it that you decided to return?
Well, I mean, if I just look at my journey really started at the age of 19 at Trust Bank, believe it or not, as an inquiries clerk. And I believe, you know, little did I know that banking would be such an integral part of my life. So although I've been to, you know, I've spent some time at Nedbank, I've learned a lot at Standard Bank. I think that was seriously the hub of my professional growth. And even Visa, you know, being exposed to and really appreciating banking in a very different context, not only South Africa, but in the African context. But in all honesty, I mean, my blood is red.
Yes, it is.
The brand is red.
Yes,
It's a match made in heaven.
I love that.
But, you know, returning to Absa allowed me to look at banking very differently through a loyalty lens, a loyalty and rewards lens. And I think just working with an amazing team in such a dynamic and exciting environment allows us to operate in a very exciting, dynamic way.
Yeah.
Like the Go for Gold campaign that we ran earlier on. Extending it now for the Paralympics. So really supporting our teams and both inside as well as out.
I love that. And also, of course, you spoke about, you know, just kind of changing the dynamic and understanding how it is that, you know, one relates to their bank, using rewards and many other things. So please tell us a little bit about, you know, how the free rewards program has kind of changed your mindset and even just like changed customer engagement in terms of, you know, allowing people to bank with Absa.
Oh, 100%. So it first of all was such an achievement for me personally. I'll never forget my then leader calling me at night, just before lectures the next morning. And he says to me, Alicia, I know we're doing this, but we have to do it sooner. And I remember sitting there and thinking to myself, wow. I said to him, okay, let's stretch and let's make it happen. And with the team, I mean, we are proud enough to say that through, you know, taking the program free, we are able to almost double our membership base. And our members are engaged with us 3 to 4 times more than our non-members. So really, really good achievement, not only for me personally, but I think for us as a rewards business.
Beautiful. And with achievements always come the challenges, right?
Oh, yes.
So speak to us a little bit about those challenges. Actually, I want to ask about one in particular. Of your 2-decade career, what has been the most difficult challenge that you had to overcome?
So, Zanella, I think the most recent difficult challenge was certainly from a personal perspective. During the course of last year, I found it somewhat challenging, you know, playing the role of a mom, playing the role of a wife, of a leader, of being led. All the while, you know, kind of studying, being a student and doing my research thesis. Now, I know that that story is not isolated to me. I know a lot of us women go through it. But I think if there are just 2 lessons that I can take from that challenge and that experience, is number one, I can do.
Yes.
You know, I can do. Yes, there are multiple roles, there are multiple hats that you must wear, but you can actually do it.
Yeah.
And then number 2 is that I am resilient, and we're all resilient, more so than what we think. So as uncomfortable as what an environment is, I think that is when your personal growth happens at best.
Yes. What did Barack Obama say? Yes, we can.
Oh, we can.
And we can, honey. And you've shown exactly that, Alicia. And this is why I then want to ask you, you know, what advice would you give to young women who want to get into the corporate world, and particularly in those different, you know, industries that are very, very male-dominated?
So I think there's just 3 pieces of advice I can give. The first is remain true to yourself, remain true to your core, and be authentic.
Yes.
But at the same time, be open to learning new things and growing to become the best version of yourself. The second is that this notion of male dominance, it might be symptomatic of the past, but by no means determines a future, let alone your future.
Yes.
I mean, being a young woman coming into the corporate world a couple of years ago, I really encountered some really great male counterparts, male colleagues, male leaders that have really been instrumental in getting me to this point.
I love that.
And then lastly, every single young woman has value to add. Every single woman has value to add.
Yes.
It is encompassing upon them and us collectively as women to really unlock and bring that value to life.
Beautiful. Alicia, you're incredible. Thank you
you.
so much for coming and sharing your story with
Thank
us.
you,
And I
Zanele.
think it's so important, especially as well, because that's what Absa says, that our stories matter.
Oh, it does.
100%. Her name is Alicia Reynard, and my lovely, as you heard from her, we can do it. You can, in fact, do it. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. And it is stories like Alicia's that allow us to know that that is 100% true, but more than anything else, that the magic of women, baby, it is only continuing to rise. And so is them being in key roles in the corporate world. And Absa is showing exactly that. And like I said, always reminding us that your story matters. For more information on Absa Rewards, head over to the Absa Rewards page on www.absa.co.za.
There are stories of dreamers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. Absa.
Thanks, Zanele. Jumping into the kitchen right now, and we are serving you with some dinner ideas. If you are perhaps wondering what to cook tonight, here's something quick and easy, and also easy on the pocket. You can try out this creamy peri-peri chicken liver recipe that is the perfect blend of spicy peri-peri sauce with a creamy texture, whether served on toast, rice, or as a standalone dish. This recipe will surely leave you wanting for more. I will say it, I'm not the biggest fan of chicken livers. I love the sauce though, but I will say this, if a chicken liver is prepared properly, it is delicious.
Well, therein lies the answer, because you're dealing with one of the highest value proteins out there, I would imagine. This is why I wish we'd have Ryle here to give us the exact dynamics, but it's a cheap, really valuable protein. You want to get it into your body, but there are certain kind of gateways that you've got to get through. So I'm here as your hype man to guide you through the process of livers. I think, and this is the first thing, and this was a tip that Tiff, our kitchen genius, gave us just a moment ago, and I have done it in the past. Soak your livers in milk before you cook them. Obviously, make sure that all the milk is removed and drained afterwards, but that kind of counters the coppery, that metal taste.
That's it, exactly.
Now, how do we know what metal tastes like? Because, and this is generally only boys know this, because we're dumb enough to lick metal things, copper cables and stuff when we are young, okay? But that will help a lot in that regard. All right, what's going in?
Okay, so we've been sauteing some onions and some butter. We're going to add with the spices now some paprika.
Beautiful.
We've got some cumin.
And I think the smokier the paprika, the better.
Exactly.
I love that flavor profile.
Some tomato paste. That's going to go in there as well. Beautiful. And the thing is, when you make chicken livers, you can also, if you really want to, you can soak your chicken livers in a peri-peri sauce as well to marinate it a little bit to get that flavors really absorbed.
Get it in there, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I'm just going to mix this through a little bit, salt and pepper.
And I like this approach, because often I'll cook the livers first and then introduce the sauce.
No.
Because you want to seal, obviously, the liver, but you then deny yourself layers of flavor. You want to get the flavors into the oils that are going to be cooking the meat.
Exactly.
It's almost like how you would approach cooking a curry. Get the flavor infused into the oil that's going to infuse every element of the dish.
That's it. Some chili.
Got to be the bird's eye for me.
For sure.
Don't play around.
And as you can see, this is beautiful. This pan is nice and hot. Then we've got our little peri-peri sauce that's going to go in there as well.
With peri-peri, do you try to construct your own? Do you have like a base ingredient, or do you buy?
Not really. I make my own chilies though, like a chili paste. But when it comes to peri-peri, you look out. I mean, there's so many different options available out there.
All right. We are blessed.
And now, our chicken livers. I'm going to pop that in there. As you can see, it's nice and hot. The thing is, you don't want to overdo the livers because they will become dry. You don't want them dry. You want them a little bit of pink in the middle. So it is quite a quick process.
So nice hot pan. And you can sear them off first and introduce the sauce. That's fine.
Yeah,
whatever feels kind of
absolutely.
natural to you. But the bottom line is, make it hot, make it quick. Don't overcook them. You're going to ruin the best part of the meal.
Absolutely. And then if you can hand me the cream there, my friend.
With absolute pleasure.
Yo, you can hear it. You can pop it in there.
Okay, I'm going to just pour that. There we go. And look how easy that is.
And
my
now
brother.
it's just going to cook. Beautiful. It's seared now a little bit there. And we're just going to mix this through. It's going to reduce a little bit up until
that
the
sauce
chicken legs are beautifully
smells
cooked.
amazing.
It does smell good. That's the
Well
thing.
done, son.
And then, oh, like a chicken liver like this with this sauce, if you're a fan, on toast, really, really amazing as well, or just as is, or with rice if you really want to make it a dinner idea.
A bit
There
more
you
kind
have
of
it.
substantial. Some pull-apart bread just gets stuck in
Oh,
there.
just-
Absolutely delicious.
Just
If you
like
want this a recipe, cooking in your very own kitchen tonight, go to expressoshow.com. You'll find all of the culinary inspiration on the show. And we got more inspiration on the way after this. We'll see you now. Oh, that smells good, dude. Yo.
Looks good.
Win with the Tastemaster Junior and Clover. Watch this week's show and create your own unique recipe video for TikTok. Upload it to socials by replying to the competition post using hashtag the Tastemaster Junior and hashtag Clover Made with Love. You could win a KitchenAid Classic Stand Mixer plus a Clover hamper. Don't miss the Tastemaster Junior, Tuesday evenings at 7. Repeat Wednesdays at 1 and Sundays at 4 p.m. Only on SABC2. Clover, made with love.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You are tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show. It is your Tuesday morning, 1 minute past 8 o'clock. Let's take a last look at your major news stories. Starting off with your national news. The Free State High Court has dismissed Morowadi Cholota's urgent application with costs. Judge Marina Opperman stated that reasons would follow. Cholota sought to have her arrest and extradition declared unlawful and unconstitutional. As the former assistant to ex-Free State Premier Ace Magashule, she faces charges related to the 255 million rand asbestos corruption case, which she claims stemmed from her refusal to provide specific testimony. Cholota is out on 2,500 rand bail after extradition from the USA to South Africa. And the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation envisions a future where Africa manufactures its own vaccines. Acting Director General Dan de Tooy expressed confidence that Africa can produce the majority of its essential vaccines. Speaking at the Bio-Africa Convention in Durban, he noted that the push for local pharmaceutical production comes amid scarce science funding. Minister Dr. Blade Nzimande emphasized the need for local vaccine manufacturing, highlighting the inequity faced during the COVID-19 pandemic when vaccine access was monopolized by certain countries, leaving developing nations disadvantaged. In your international news this morning, Germany will donate 100,000 Mpox vaccine doses from its military stocks to help contain the outbreak in Africa, with a focus on the Democratic Republic of Congo, Burundi and East African countries. Now, the government will also provide the World Health Organization with financial resources and support through the Gavi Vaccination Alliance. Now, Germany will be keeping a minimal stock for essential protection. The WHO declared Mpox a global public health emergency due to the outbreak spread and rapid transmission in the region. And French President Emmanuel Macron has denied claims that the arrest of Telegram founder Russian-born Pavel Durov in France was politically motivated. Now, critics, including Elon Musk, protested the arrest, calling it a threat to free speech. Macron responded that freedom of speech doesn't include breaking laws. The Paris prosecutor stated that Durov is in custody as part of a cyber criminal investigation involving 12 offences linked to organised crime, including illicit transactions, child pornography, fraud and refusal to disclose information to authorities. And we'll end up with a story. We are super proud and very excited. Team South Africa is all set for the 2024 Paris Paralympics, which starts tomorrow, with 37 athletes competing in 9 events, aiming to surpass their 2021 Tokyo success. The athletes will receive the same incentives as their Olympic counterparts, with gold worth 400,000 rand. Flag bearer and 2023 world champion Kat Swanepoel leads 17 track and field athletes, including exciting sprinter and long jumper Mpumelelo Mahlangu, winner of gold at the 2024 World Championships earlier this year. And then cyclist Pieter de Pruyer, a 2021 gold medalist, returns to the Games, whilst on the tennis courts, 2013 US Open winner Lucas Sitole and multiple doubles Grand Slam winner Kotatso Montjane aims for that more silverware as well. So we are certainly rooting for the team. We are also rooting to bring back those medals. So Team South Africa, go out and shine in Paris. We are going to watch you and support you all the way. That is your news headlines for the 8 o'clock, and that's where we leave it this morning. Right now, here's a last look at your sports.
Oh, Ewan, I'm so sorry to kill the beautiful vibe right now, but it's a tough one in the world of sport right throughout our headlines. Let's start with the Springboks, who are facing a lock crisis ahead of Saturday's test against the All Blacks at Ellis Park. So assistant coach Deon Davids has now confirmed that neither Salman Murat or Ergia Snyman would be available, while Eben Etzebeth is also doubtful. And with Lwah de Jager, Franco Mostert and Jean Klein already sidelines, the Boks have 2 rookie locks, despite the Nicholas Janse van Rensburg call-up to rely on. But maybe it's their opportunity to shine. We'll certainly watch that space closely. Now we turn to tennis, and Dominic Thiem's Grand Slam journey has concluded at the US Open, where he once claimed his only major title back in 2020. The former world number 3, who's shown so much promise but has been hampered by injuries, fell to American 13th seed, the big serving Ben Shelton, in straight sets, marking his 8th first-round exit in his last 10 slams. And Thiem, who had announced plans to retire in Vienna this October due to that persistent wrist injury, once did really look poised to rival tennis greats like Federer, Djokovic and Nadal. So a sad end to this phase of his journey, but we certainly wish him well for the next. Now, speaking of GOATs, Lionel Messi will miss Argentina's upcoming 2026 World Cup qualifiers. That's up against Chile and Colombia due to an ankle injury. So Messi, who hasn't played for Inter Miami, his club, since Argentina's Copa America win, is sidelined as Paulo Dybala gets recalled to the squad. Argentina, leading South American qualifying at the moment, will face Chile on the 6th of September and then Colombia on the 10th. And the top 6 teams, of course, progressing from that 10-nation group to secure automatic spots in the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So an important stage as well. Now we round off with heartbreak. Swedish football manager, the great Sven-Göran Eriksson, who famously led England from 2001 to 2006, has passed away at the age of 76 after battling pancreatic cancer. Known as Svennis in Sweden, Eriksson managed numerous top teams, guiding England to World Cup quarterfinals in 2002 and again in 2006. But his career began way back when in Swedish club Doggerfors IF. And then he later found success with IFK Gothenburg, Benfica and Italian giants like Roma and Lazio. He is going to be sorely missed. And that is where we round off our sporting headlines. Let's get one last traffic update.
Let's take a look at what's happening in terms of your traffic. Hopefully you can get to work undelayed. First and foremost, in Gauteng, Germiston, there's been an accident on the N3 northbound after Geldenhuys interchange. The centre lane is blocked and traffic is slow moving, unfortunately. In Cape Town, Bellville, there is congestion on the R300 north at Old Paarl Road. Minor delays are expected, so do allow for some time added to your travel time and maintain a safe following distance, won't you? With that being said, let's check out what's happening with your weather. Today, it seems like there are different kinds of things happening all over the country. So let's get you in the know of what's happening on your side of the world. First and foremost, there's an orange level 6 warning issued for damaging winds and fires. Intense cold front to impact Western and Northern Cape. The South African Weather Service has issued that orange level 6 warning for today. And of course, damaging coastal winds and waves are expected from Lambert's Bay to Port Alfred, while damaging interior winds with the risk of runaway fires are forecast for parts of the Garden Route, Overberg, Cape Winelands, as well as none other than Central Karoo in the Western Cape. Disruptive rainfall is also expected in the Cape Winelands, Cape Town and parts of the West Coast. This, an intense cold front, will impact the Western and Northern Cape today and tomorrow. Additionally, a yellow level 2 warning for damaging winds has been issued for parts of the Eastern Cape, Southern Northern Cape and Western Free State, with extremely high fire danger conditions expected across most parts of the country. So please do remain safe. It is always beautiful to see, though, what's happening on your side of the world, which is why we love our sunrise views coming from you. And a very big shout out to Yvonne from Port Shepstone, who sent us this beautiful one where the ocean looks so gorgeous. It makes me just want to dive in there. I feel like I'm just going to see Ariel come and pop out. And if you haven't sent us yours as yet, 063-408-8863. Right now, though, let's check out what your temperatures are looking like.
Definitely seems nice and hot in the northern parts of the country. I mean, temperatures high into the 30s. Mbombela 40 today. I mean, come now.
We'll own it, man. We'll take it officially as the beginning of spring. Well, if you need a new season to start in your life, maybe you want to follow this blueprint, okay? The National Lottery keeps creating winners. We know this. With over, and I better get this right this time because I couldn't actually wrap my head around it earlier, 29 billion
You
rand.
almost feel guilty saying it.
I know, man, but
That's
that's lives
money.
changed. The total payout since Atuba became the official operator of the National Lottery back in just 2015. So they've created a massive footprint already.
Hugely so. So the question is, what are you waiting for? Play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 79 million rand in total estimated jackpot today, this Tuesday, and who knows, you could become the next big winner. That's quite the pot.
It only sounds small because we've just said 29 billion, but once you crack 70 mil and higher, you know you're winning. So you've got to get your tickets, get them in store. You can go nationallottery.co.za online. You can use their mobile app. You can use your banking app, or you can go old school, dial *120 *7529# for USSD and just follow the prompts.
Exactly. We've also posted all those details on our Expresso social media pages. So go check them out and Panda, Push Up, Play, Powerball and Powerball Plus for 79 million rand in total estimated jackpots today for your chance to be a multi-millionaire. Could be you. Could be you.
Well, we've had everything, great food, a whole lot of laughs. What we really do need is a magical performance, please.
It is true. A magical performance is what we deserve this morning. And honey, none other than Artist of the Year 2 times this year. Thank you very much. I am talking about none other than Lwah Ndlunkulu. She is here to perform one of her songs that is fresh off of her deluxe album. It's called Can't Get Everyone. Come on.
into yami yokuhle mkhwenyana wami sokuzilahlana owusithatha lafune owusithatha lafune when are you my babe into yami yokuhle mkhwenyana wami sokuzilahlana owusithatha lafune give me no way baby oh me baby one more can't futu ya ifela ngamula hey it's gonna no song hey it's gonna no one baby one more can't futu ya ifela ngamula hey it's gonna no song when it's on no one I swear my baby selingaqala liduma izulu ngabo kodwa ngiyolala ngikubonile labo I'm coming home lalela when are you my baby into yami yokuhle mkhwenyana wami sokuzilahlana owusithatha lafune owusithatha lafune when are you my babe into yami yokuhle mkhwenyana wami sokuzilahlana owusithatha lafune give me nawe baby woman it's you goodness. Do you see why she is one of my favorite vocalists ever? Thank you very much. Now look, the beautiful thing is that Lwah is not going anywhere, Expresso family. She's going to be performing yet again for us right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. But we always love to make sure that you are feeling good. And this is why sometimes we check in and we say, do you have, a little bit of a relationship problem that's on your side? And this is why after the break, we're going to be getting into the relationship discussion for this Tuesday. And you can join in on it. 063-408-8863. Any advice that you might be able to offer anonymous. It's all going to be coming up in a bit right here on S3.
There are stories of strivers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. Absa.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. You're on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And this morning, I did tell you that we would be having a relationship conversation. And it is all about helping out one of our Expresso family members. And this morning, my friend, it is one that has to do with cheating, unfortunately. But let's hear the story from Anonymous. Listen to this.
Hey, good morning. I have a situation. I just caught out my husband cheating, and he tried for us to fix things. I'm trying to fix things, but my challenge is that I can't let go of my thoughts that he's still cheating, and there's no communication. Actually, the relationship is no longer the same. trusting issues are there. So I don't know what to do, but what I've been thinking is for me to move away from him. Can you help me on that? The other thing is that I still love him. So I'm afraid that I can decide while I'm still angry and make wrong decisions.
So unfortunately, what happened is that Anonymous found their husband cheating. But the thing is that yes, they're trying to fix the relationship, but she can't get the thought out of her head. And she does say that the relationship has changed, and for her, it really doesn't feel the same anymore. However, she doesn't want to make any decisions while she has these high emotions going on. So this is why this morning we've brought in somebody who is an author as well as a counselor who has specialized in marriage counseling along with family counseling, rather. And honestly, I do believe that he is going to let us in on what it is that Anonymous could possibly do to kind of, just maybe navigate this the best way possible. And don't forget, you can also come through 063-408-8863. It is Ndon Don joining us today on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let's give him a feel good welcome, everybody. Ndon, how are you?
I'm fine, and you? Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming through. And the reason I'm amazing is because you're here to help Anonymous, which is incredible. So we heard her story, but I want to ask you, how can Anonymous work through these feelings that she's kind of feeling at the moment, from the hurt, the anger, and all of those thoughts that are going on in her head?
You see, the main thing about life is that life is about purpose and fulfillment. Now, I would like the Anonymous to ask herself, why did she marry this person in the first place? Because when you understand purpose, you understand what you can fight for and what you cannot fight for. Now, if she married this person because of love, and this is love she can hardly find out there, then it's worth fighting for.
Yeah.
And is it something that is going to give her fulfillment? Because you see, sometimes we make decisions based on the challenges we're facing, forgetting that, there is a future out there. Now, you see, when there is marriage, there is room for forgiveness.
Yes.
So if she believes that this is the man for her, and she has been happy, now this man has done this, especially if it's the first time. And the man is sorry. He's very remorseful.
Yeah.
He's ready to change. And she's also fulfilled in the relationship. She can find a way to work things out.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want her to live life in regret. She just gets angry, she steps out there, and then nothing as good as this.
Yeah.
So I think it's always worth giving it a shot.
Yeah, and especially because she does love him still.
That is the main
reason. So then I want to please ask you, is it possible to actually rebuild trust after infidelity? And, what steps would you take if you are somebody who's then trying to do exactly that?
Yeah, I think the major challenge with infidelity is rebuilding trust. Because you see, you can work out the healing on your own.
Yeah.
You can be able to overcome the trauma on your own. But to rebuild trust, you need the engagement of the other person.
Yes.
So I think it begins with a sincere apology, where a person really, really is sorry.
Yeah.
And one of the ways that in my practice I say to people, I say to those who cheat, put yourself in your partner's position.
Yes.
If you were in your partner's position and your partner was cheating on you, how will you feel? And most times they say, oh man, I'll be crazy. I'll be doing this. I tell them that's the same way your partner feels.
Yes.
So you need to now understand from that perspective, how do you engage? So when a person understands, now the person can sincerely apologize and make a decision to change, to stop that. And then with that, they can begin to work together. And I would like to mention this. I believe for every cheating, there should be some compensation.
Yes.
For the person who's been cheated on. In a way that that person should be able to receive more love, more attention than before, because we are humans. When you see the gain from the pain, you can easily forget the pain.
Yeah.
But if there is no gain from the pain, I mean, it's like you've wasted your time.
Yes, what was it all for then? Yeah.
So if both of them can sit down, come to an agreement on this won't happen again, and then how do we work this out?
Yeah.
It can be worked out. I've helped many of my clients do that. And you know, 80% of counseling is about cheating.
Yeah, I did not know that, Don, so I thank you for that statistic. However, with that being said, you know, because she's in two minds at the moment, how can Anonymous best, you know, kind of balance this lingering love that she has for her husband, but also trying to make a logical decision about whether or not, you know, this is something that is worth fighting for?
I think the first step is for both of them to go for counseling.
I agree with that. I would also say so.
Because, you see, that's an environment where she can make, you know, the right decision. And the partner can be able to see things from her perspective.
Yes.
You know, so if they can go for counseling, they can talk about this, and they can reach an agreement on how to practically work things out together. You know, because now I think one of the major challenges here is that fear of, will it happen again? You know, that insecurity.
Yes.
Those are the things that really affect people when they're being cheated on. But they can work it out through counseling, through guidance, you know, and some certain agreement. And you see, I say to people, every marriage should have a vision and a constitution. And that's what we help our clients to form, because vision is, where is the marriage going?
Yes.
And it helps two people to work together towards a common goal. The constitution are simply the practices within the marriage. Both of them need to agree. You know, I like a passage in the Bible that says, can two work together except they agree? He said, no. So they have to come to agreement.
We have to be on the same page. Don, you're incredible. Thank you so much, Dr. Love. We appreciate you coming and sharing your expertise. And hopefully this is something that can help Anonymous out. Remember, you can send through your comments 063-408-8863. However, with that being said, Graham and Ewan, what are you guys thinking, you know, in terms of this terrible, terrible thing that has happened? You know, where do you think Anonymous should go from here, in your own opinion?
Well, I think we've both been triggered here. So I think you've got to approach a conversation like this knowing that you will have your buttons pushed, and to set that baggage aside is very, very difficult. The crazy thing is, one of the relationships that I look to as being one of the best in my world, a couple that I care deeply about, have dealt with this together. Both of them had issues on either side. They went and saw a counsellor together and they've worked through it. It's water under the bridge, and they're a completely different couple. But the big finding for me, you don't own your partner. They're not your possession. So you've got to establish, are you feeling betrayed because you feel something you owned was taken by someone else? Get away from that place of another person being responsible for your happiness. That's the bottom line. You've got to start with you.
When it comes to situations like these, I mean, there's so many different factors and, you know, where it stemmed from, what happened in the relationship. But I love seeing people fight for love. I love that. And when it comes down to this particular situation, we were speaking about it earlier on, it's one thing to say something, but it is really your actions over time that will either benefit or break that relationship. So that's my take. That's our take from here. So you can let us know as well. Continue that conversation with us on social media. We are going to continue this conversation with Zanele in Johannesburg after the break. And we're also looking forward to hearing what you have to say, your input. Maybe you've been through a similar situation in your own life. Connect with us.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. Welcome back. It's still on your feel-good breakfast show right here on S3. And my lovely, today we're helping out one of our Expresso family members who sent through a voice note for Relationship Tuesday. And it unfortunately is about how her husband did cheat on her. However, she's somebody who still loves him. She still has that thing for him, and she honestly does feel like the relationship has changed, but she doesn't know how to navigate this. And she did say as well that her emotions are high at the moment, so she doesn't want to make any illogical decisions. But this is why we have got in the building with us a counselor and an author named Don, who is helping us out in terms of trying to navigate this the best way for Anonymous. So, Don, we've got a couple of people who did come through, actually, and thank you so much for that, Expresso family. Let's start with you, Maralise Yoster, who says, if you really want to, you can make it work. Take a little break from each other first and see how that goes, and then you can make a decision with a clearer mind. But I remember something I once read about how people that cheat, if they do it once, they can do it again. Not to say that this will be the case in your relationship. Stay strong and remember to love yourself first. Beautiful, Maralise. Kim Michelle Hazelbaki says, it's difficult, but only you can make it work. There is no advice that I can give, but to pray about it before making any decision. Now, this is why we always like to ask the professionals, the people who have dealt with many, many different stories just like this one. And Don, I actually want to ask you about what Maralise said, which was taking some time apart with someone, you know, that you said you found 80% of marriage counseling is mostly about cheating.
Yeah.
Is it always the case that you should possibly take some time apart after infidelity happens?
Not normally the case. I mean, some people do.
Okay.
It depends on your ability to handle the hurts and the trauma.
Okay.
Now, you see, the environment you are in should be able to help you. Now, if you are still staying with your partner and you feel that environment at that time won't help you to be healed and to move forward, then, you know, you can find an environment that helps you. It's about you getting the healing and overcoming the trauma. But now, the most important thing, like I said, is rebuilding that trust. And you see, in order to rebuild the trust, you will need the support of your partner.
Yeah.
You will need your partner to be there to affirm you, to, you know, speak to you, to be able to help you. Like I said, compensate you somehow with the support, with the help here and there. So sometimes it's helpful if you're working together, you know, being in the same space where you are getting that nourishment of help to be able to move forward.
Yes. And for me, I also know that, you know, a lot of the time, just speaking of community, is that a lot of people will say, you know, whenever something happens with you and your partner, like, don't go tell your loved ones, you know, because they're like, you can forgive, but they don't sometimes. And it sometimes ruins those relationships. What do you have to say about that, especially in such a terrible situation where there's now been infidelity?
Yeah, I'm thinking that the major thing here is the response of the person who cheated. How is the person reacting to this?
Okay.
Because if the person is very remorseful and, you know, somebody who is repentant and sees it as a mistake and is ready to make amends to move forward, you need to consider that part. Now, if the person is stubborn and feels like, I've done nothing wrong, you cause it, you know, because of this and that. Because some people like pushing the blame, you know, to say, yeah, because you didn't do this. I say to people, listen, once you bring in cheating to a fight, even if you had a fight, it's like bringing in a knife into a fist fight.
Yeah.
You know, whatever fight you had with your partner is like a fist fight. Now you bring in a knife, you stab somebody, you create a wound. It will have a scar. That wound cannot be forgotten. So if the person is willing to work things out, it's better both of you work it out yourselves with a marriage counselor. And like we've helped a lot of people overcome and rebuild trust. So it can be worked out, both of you together, and then you see how it goes before, you know, you spread the news here and there. It could be something that can turn out for good. Because sometimes experience is not the best teacher, but it can be a good teacher.
I like that. And also, speaking of the wound, you know, there's always that particular place where you need to kind of look after yourself as well. When you're in such a place of, you know, being a little bit vulnerable and hurt. How can Anonymous best look after herself in this situation?
Okay, in this kind of situation, personally, we do individual counseling and couples counseling. So the Anonymous will have to have an individual session where she is being counseled on how to get the healing and how to overcome her trauma and how to be able to move forward. You see, mostly in life, it's about perspective.
Yeah.
How you see a thing, how you view a matter really matters. Now, like I said before, if this relationship began with love, then it can pull through.
Yeah.
Because love never dies like that. You see, one way or the other. Now, but if it did not, like I've written in my first book, I titled, Why Should I Get Married?
Yeah.
I speak about 4 main reasons people marry. 3 of those reasons are not right.
Sure.
And people just marry, and that's why it doesn't last. For instance, like marrying because of physical looks. I say to people, that's like buying a product from the shop because of the packaging, without considering the content. It's the content that will satisfy.
Are there people who do that? Don't.
People do that. They say she's very hot. She's very, he's cute, and only to discover how soon the hotness becomes cold.
Yo, when and it does, especially with age, yes.
Yeah, so those are not things that will sustain. What sustains is the character of that person, how you interact. And I always advise people, check the compatibility. Marrying love without compatibility is like buying a beautiful shoe that is not your size.
Sure.
It's going to hurt.
It's going to hurt you so bad. It happened to me the other day, yes.
Okay. So those are the experiences we have, So now this person needs to check, why did I marry? If it's love, you can fight together.
Yeah.
You can work it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Don, you kind of touched on this a little bit earlier on in terms of someone who has fears because of their partner having cheated on them.
Yeah.
What are some of the fears that someone like Anonymous might be experiencing, and how would she best navigate that?
Yeah, the main fear has to do with insecurity. Where is he going? What's happening? Who's calling? What SMS is there? And like I'm saying, it's going to really be about the partner.
Yeah.
How can the partner show loyalty? How can the partner, show that support, show that I have really changed? A lot of people say, no, I've tried. She has to deal with her insecurities. No, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
You caused this. So you have to work with her to overcome this.
Yes.
You have to do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
In first instance, even if you have to do live location, where you are, all of that, whatever you need to do, you need to do it. To be able to help her overcome this.
Yes.
And in the long run, things can get back to normal.
Yes.
But I really believe that love is worth fighting. I believe in love.
No, that's so beautiful. And especially as a marriage counselor, I think you've probably seen best the fruits of what can come from love and why it is actually indeed worth fighting for. So that's incredible.
Yeah.
So in terms of Anonymous right now, and us even trying to be the ones who are reassuring her, it's all going to be okay, right?
It will be okay.
Yes.
But go for counseling. Let's start right there.
Yes.
And then you can build up going forward.
I love that.
Yeah.
And having a mediator there always allows everyone to both be heard, but also, even where things are getting lost in translation, where it can sometimes, be brought together.
That's true. And you see, a mediator, a good counselor will be able to show both of you the right perspective.
Yes.
I've found clients who come in. The man did something. He didn't see anything wrong with it until I was able to show him a different perspective.
Yes.
And for the first time, he apologized to his wife. I didn't even tell him to do it. And the wife was shocked, like, what? He said, no, I didn't see it this way. I
guys
didn't understand.
have superpowers. You do.
I didn't see it this way. And one of the things I will say to people is, you see, a lot of times we do things out of selfishness.
Yes.
I say the greatest enemy of love is selfishness.
The selfishness, yeah.
When once you're thinking about yourself. That's why people feel like, oh, when we started first, it was so nice, and now it's getting, this way. It's because when you started first, you were focusing on each other.
Yes.
Not on yourselves. But along the way, people now look at themselves. It's about me. It's about me.
Whereas it's not, it's about us.
It's about us.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Don. You're incredible. And of course, Anonymous, you are supported by both the likes of the Don in front of us, as well as your Expresso family. And thank you so much for sharing with us. And I hope that it has indeed been something that is fruitful in terms of some advice that will help you through this time. And like Don said, it is going to be okay. Right about now, though, Cape Town family, what's going on?
That was gems, pearls of wisdom. I think, one thing that comes out of a situation like this is the willingness to work forward and to work at it. I mean, that is it.
Fight for it. Whatever it ends up looking like, even if you aren't together, you still want to fight to be the person that you want to be through that process. Use that as your true north. And if you can't wrap your own words around it, maybe we need Lwah to do it for us and sing us through this very difficult mental processing. Sometimes you just got to trust your feelings.
Absolutely. We're also going to be jumping into the kitchen one more time for you this morning. We have a great addition to side dishes that you can make. Savory rice, if you have some leftover rice, what you can do with that, and a beautiful garlic creamy mash just for you that you can pair with pretty much anything. Stick around for those recipes. In just a bit, we'll see you after the break.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. We know that life is moving at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and maybe you struggling to keep up with what's happening on the show because this is a nexus of activity, action, empowerment. So how do we do it? Well, we sign up to Expresso's newsletter, and the incredible head of our incredible social media team, Bianca van Haar, is here to tell us exactly how. Normally we talk about surfing, so you feel free to throw any surfing jargon in as well. I'm sure you can get a little update there. But this is good news because our social media hub is one of the most active in the country, undoubtedly, and that's across all platforms, which means it can be quite difficult to stay plugged in to know what's happening, who's coming up on the show tomorrow, how can we capitalize on competitions. Break it down for us, girl.
Yeah, I think there's so much going on, and obviously everyone's on social media, and it's a lot of information that you're getting onto your feeds every time, and then you've got Expresso in the morning on the show, and we just decided that we create 3 hours of amazing content Mondays to Fridays, like every week, this whole year. And sometimes you're like, oh, I remember there was a really cool segment, but I don't remember when it was on the show. And
that's us who work here, we do that, yeah.
And people often ask us on social, they're like, please share us the recipe with us, or the competition, or link us to that artist's page or something. So we decided to put together a newsletter where we basically just share like our favorite feel-good moments from the week with our fans. And so this is what it looks like. I'm really happy and proud of what we've put together here. So we're calling it the Expresso Feel Good Friday Fix because it gets delivered to your inbox every Friday.
Perfect.
So if you subscribe Friday morning, this will go into your inbox. And so this is a look at last week's newsletter where we had Zola on the show, and it was so good to have her. And you can click on the link that takes you directly to the recipes that she shared, and then takes you to the YouTube video. So basically, this is like just
Cara, you legend. She
was amazing. And so we don't just like choose our favorite things. We actually go and look at what were the top performing segments from the week.
What people responded to.
And so we know that these are the segments that people really enjoy, that they want to see. This guy was incredible. Vuyani Biwe, we had such a fantastic relationship segment with him. So sharing that again with everyone, and then Siki Joanne just had such a phenomenal performance. And then we share our favorite recipes from the week, just 3 links to competitions, and then what's coming up next week. And so it's really just, it's not a lot. We're not selling anything to you.
Well, we're always selling, girl. We're always selling. But whether that sometimes all we are selling is a positive idea.
Yes.
And I think I really struggle because I never let go of the show. And for me, by the time we get anyone who's heard me babble in the green room or getting dressed after the show on a Friday,
Just
all of it has
non-stop,
to come out.
basically.
Yeah, just about everybody has. But for me, the end of the week isn't the end. It's the beginning of your opportunity to go back and delve into the stuff that you really want to get a bit more of, get the gravitas. Most importantly, how do people connect in this sense? How do we sign up for the newsletter, if you will, or how's the dynamic going to play out?
Very easy. You're going to go to expressoshow.com. Right there at the top, there's going to be a link where you can click to subscribe, or you can go to our bio on Instagram, click on the link there, and then just click to subscribe. And that's all you need to do. You just need to fill in your email address, basically. And Friday morning, it's going to pop into your inbox. And it's perfect timing for you to grab a Oma Rusk, have a little coffee, sit back, relax, read through our newsletter. If you click through it, it takes you to the YouTube videos, and then you can watch that segment. But then you also have access to whatever else on our YouTube.
Brilliant.
You can watch the whole full show from the morning again, where we stream it live. So click into the bio in our Instagram or go onto our website, expressoshow.com.
I absolutely love that. And you guys, when I say that you're one of the best in the business, in the country right now, the numbers prove that every single day. You guys are phenomenal. And I love the fact that we have this connection to you guys where the conversation continues all the time. So make sure you head over to expressoshow.com, sign up for our newsletter, and then the show never, ever ends. I love it. Well done.
The show never ever ends, and the inspiration when it comes to recipes neither. We have something that's going to, I think, help you out a little bit because, you know, we're taking things and we look at food wastage. It's a big deal nowadays. You don't want to just throw away your leftovers. You want to use them and utilize them. So this morning, looking to innovate your meal ideas with some delicious sides, you can try our savory rice and creamy garlic mash. Now, we're going to show you how to make them, but the savory rice offers a flavorful herby twist on a classic staple, perfect for complementing any main dish really. Meanwhile, the creamy mash delivers rich, smooth comfort with a hint of garlic that enhances its creamy texture. And together, these sides will make your meal memorable and satisfying. G, thanks for joining me, my buddy.
Absolute pleasure. Well, I've been your hype guy. I've been your wingman in the kitchen
You
today,
have.
and I'm proud to do that.
But
and I'm so glad that we're doing mash restaurant quality level, because I often fall short with my mash because it's missing just a few little magic
A little something,
tidbits.
yeah. But first, I mean, how often are you left over with rice? Dude.
Almost every time we cook
Almost
rice, there
every
is
time.
always that final little kind of bit that and now you've stuffed yourself, you don't want to, you're like, oh, but it's a tiny amount of I'm really going to put this in a bucket to keep it tomorrow. No, make a meal. Make
Exactly.
a meal.
So what we've done here, we've got some diced carrots, we've got some onions and some garlic already frying up in here nicely. And now we're going to bejewel it. All right? So
well, I
here we
like
have
this because
some
we really are fortifying the
peppers,
rice
yeah.
with a lot of the right kind of nutrients.
Absolutely. So you see, we're just going to like add some extras to it right now. We've got those spices, we've got some cumin and some paprika.
Very nice. And it looks gorgeous.
Salt and pepper. Oh, buddy boy.
Instagram ready.
Yeah,
eh?
it's something different, and it's just, you know, to zhuzh it up a little bit so you can utilize that leftover rice that's in the pot afterwards, because normally we make too much.
Yeah, no,
Let's be honest.
completely. Well, this
Like
kind of
that.
almost becomes like a little mini paella type vibe here because there's so much flavor in the rice. The rice becomes the main
Absolutely.
meal.
So some chicken stock went in there as well.
Oh, very
Now we're going to mix
clever.
it, and then we're just going to add some water. So
Because
nice
of course
hot pan.
you're working with something that is super absorbent that's going to absorb those flavors. So get the stock in, get the flavors in there so the rice can kind of be that sounding board.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do with this is we're just going to reduce it now a little bit, wait for it to heat up nicely, and then we're just going to add our leftover rice into this beautiful mixture that we just created here. So we'll leave that for a second and we'll move on to the mash.
And that starts tomorrow's meal, because now you just need to add a protein or something like that or have it on its own.
Absolutely.
All right, buddy, talk to me about what's going into this mash.
So
because
we
I'm
got
smelling
potatoes.
Delicious.
You know,
believe
potatoes,
it or not.
it forms the basis of any mash. So what we're going to do is we're just going to zhuzh it up with some extra flavor. So we've got some garlic.
Okay.
That you can pop in there.
And I think roast your garlic off if you can. If you've got an air fryer and you've got a whole kind of clove of garlic, roast it off, squeeze it out. That
That's it.
flavor development is beautiful.
Some chives.
Beautiful.
A little bit of
sout.
Bietjie sout. Gaan jy vir ons bietjie mash?
I will. Do you want the butter in now?
Yes,
or do you
sir.
wanna...
Go for it. Nice salt. And then whilst you mash, I'll put some cream in there.
It's always that first one on TV where you're like, did they actually cook these things, or am I going to have to pretend that they did? And I'm just
No,
gonna
we
use every
actually
ounce of
did.
strength. No, but our kitchen team They know how to take us perfectly to number 99 so that we can steal all the glory in the last 5 minutes, literally.
Absolutely.
I love this. And I think the addition of a hard cheese, a nice Italian like a pecorino or something like that,
Yes.
magic. I think that is absolutely brilliant. And we're going to pop that in just a moment, but that looks great.
Yeah, absolutely. So whilst you're going there, you can pop me the grater and I'll give you a little bit of this Parmesan.
And I don't know how you feel. I mean, you can go as far as blending and really working it through. I quite like something slightly more rustic.
Yes.
I don't want to be eating like a paste. It must still feel like a food, you know, but some people like it absolutely smoothed out. You do you, baby. You do however you
so there
like.
we go. You can look at that. Perfect.
Oh my word, this smells amazing.
It smells amazing, especially with the chives and the garlic. It's such a great combination with the Parmesan going in there as well. And look at that. So look how beautifully this has been reduced now, just in a couple of minutes that we've been chatting away. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add our rice in there.
Oh, that sauce is thickened beautifully. I mean,
Nicely done, eh?
We've staked a pretty good claim here to turn these sides into mains, okay?
Exactly.
Would you like a side of steak with your mashed potatoes, sir?
There we go.
Beautiful.
So we're going to mix this in nicely.
Great.
And I mean, look how beautiful this comes together. I'm going to turn down the heat a little bit. Because, I mean, obviously our rice is now cooked already. It's a nice way of heating it through.
You know, the funny thing is I joke about that, but now there are people sitting out there thinking, okay, what meat can I buy to have with my mash tonight?
Exactly, exactly. Pork sausages.
Yeah, exactly. Woo, don't get me started. Make a little kind of a well for the gravy in the mash and the pork sausages on the side. Absolutely love this. I think we have heroed some things that often get overlooked. A little bit of leftover milk, a little bit of leftover rice.
Yes.
Maybe one or two, and I often have that lonely potato or those lonely two potatoes sitting in the cupboard.
Yeah. It's like because they're too little to use on its own, but it's too, what do you do with them?
Well, this is the thing. Open your spice cupboard. Check out the herbs that you've got in your fridge. Go back over today's show and just look at one of probably about 30 different flavor combinations we've used today. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, we did have a protein today, and it was our beautifully cooked chicken livers, which Ewan did with aplomb. Can we get a round of applause for the food styling on the show today?
Come on.
Absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely.
And I say that it's a kind of a two-edged sword because we have to try and emulate what they put together. But absolutely scrumptious. It looks beautiful. I love the notion of the pull-apart bread. But we have given you what looks like a restaurant-quality meal out of the leftovers today. So just think along those lines.
Beautiful.
That looks
Buddy,
great.
look how beautiful this looks. We've got the yellow rice in there. It contrasts so beautifully with the red, the green, and obviously it will be so flavorful with all of the spices that we put in there with the garlic as well. And I mean, this definitely is a win-win mash recipe for sure. So as you can see, is in our final product there, little drizzle of some melted butter on top, a little bit of extra Parmesan on there. So if you want your hands on the recipe to these beautiful sides that will elevate any dish at home, you can head on over to our website, expressoshow.com. It's there. And also, whilst you're there, sign up for that newsletter because you'll also get all the recipes in our
You think this will make it onto the Friday newsletter?
Absolutely.
Maybe.
Absolutely. I mean, it's all there. So there you have it, expressoshow.com, for all that recipe inspiration from us to you. Well, because we work so hard in the kitchen, my man.
The boys have been working so hard in the kitchen. I'm so proud of you guys. But this morning, what we've been cooking up here at the Johannesburg studio now is we have been cooking up a good time with the Artist of the Year 2 times. Thank you. I'm talking about Lwah Ndlunkulu. She is going to be wrapping up the show in the most beautiful way. So do not go anywhere. We're going to take a short break, my lovely.
Win with the Tastemaster Junior and Clover. Watch this week's show and create your own unique recipe video for TikTok. Upload it to socials by replying to the competition post using hashtag the Tastemaster Junior and hashtag Clover Made with Love. You could win a KitchenAid Classic Stand Mixer plus a Clover hamper. Don't miss the Tastemaster Junior, Tuesday evenings at 7. Repeat Wednesdays at 1 and Sundays at 4 p.m. Only on SABC2. Clover, made with love.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're still tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso right here on S3. We do have a good couple of minutes left with you, and we're going to make the most of it. Before we get into the last performance of the morning, a quick reminder once again. Now, of course, the National Lottery, it keeps creating winners with over 29 billion rand in total payouts since Ituba became the official operator of the National Lottery in 2015. Dude, that's an astounding amount of money.
Well, its lives changed. It really is crazy. So the begs the question, what are you waiting for? If you play Powerball and Powerball Plus today, there is 79 million rand in total estimated jackpots up for grabs. They've been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So this Tuesday could be your Tuesday forever.
Yeah, and just to make sure that it's this Tuesday, it's today. So you can go out and buy your tickets in store. You can do so on the nationallottery.co.za website or even the mobile app. You can also buy your tickets through cell phone banking or by dialing *120 *7529 hash if you want to enter through USSD.
And once you've left the website where you've signed up for our newsletter, you can head over to our socials, and we've posted all of those details on the Expresso social media platforms across the board, so you can go and check them out. And then just ponder, push up, play, baby, for Powerball and Powerball Plus. An estimated 79 million rand in estimated jackpots. Today, it could be yours. Good luck.
Dude,
not so much luck, because I'm going to enter as well, but good luck as well.
Imagine just waking up tomorrow morning with a little notification on your phone.
I would go straight back to bed. No, I would come in here and share it with absolutely all of you.
Right.
Not the money, just the news.
You'd pass out, bro. You'd pass out. You wouldn't make it to any of your commitments, that's for sure. All right, Zanele, let's take it away up on Josie.
Oh, of course, my love. I feel like we're already winning, everyone. Why? Because Lwah Ndlunkulu is about to wrap up the show on a high, baby. So, please, let us enjoy and let us do it together right here on Expresso. It is called Ndiyatandaza. Come on!
She, proud by the greatest of all times, Stallionis Mabalabala. Fanasis doing English. Sure. Whoops.
I'm a puppet of funny. Umafeze lakho. Ungangibukeli phansi nami ngizoba mnandi uma kufezeke lami.
Asiphinde futhi.
I'm a puppet of funny. Umafeze lakho. Ungangibukeli phansi nami ngizoba mnandi uma kufezeke lami. Ngiyahlandaza njalo Nkosi bheka ngakini ngijabulisa umzali. Ngiyathandaza njalo Nkosi bheka ngakini ngijabulisa umzali. Ngiyathandaza njalo Nkosi bheka ngakini ngijabulisa umzali. Ngiyathandaza njalo Nkosi bheka ngakini ngijabulisa umzali. Ooh yeah. Noma ngiphelela amandla amathemba eshabalala. Nkosi ngicela impumelelo, ngicela impumelelo bayosusa lekhaya. Ngoba kusikho ukuhlakanipha kwami, ithukuthuku zami gcwele phansi. Uyazi impumelelo ayandele bani. Nkosi ngicela impumelelo bayosusa lekhaya. Ngithi amaphuphetha wafani umafezeke lakho. Ungangibukeli phansi nami ngizoba mnandi uma kufezeke lami.
Asamba sambe.
Ngiyahlandaza njalo Nkosi bheka ngakini ngijabulisa umzali. Ngiyahlandaza njalo Nkosi bheka ngakini ngijabulisa umzali. Ngiyathandaza njalo Nkosi bheka ngakini ngijabulisa umzali.
ngijabulisa umzali, yeah, ooh yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Shee. Ooh yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Bye.
Bye-bye, my bitch.
Another feel-good production.
To enjoy every drop of goodness from the freshest fruit full of vitamins. Crush it real good. Clover Crush.